Hi, today we'll be talking about psychological disorders. Who is the character? The character I chose is the antagonist from the book It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover. The character name is Wild. What is the general plot of the story? The novel opens with Lily, a young college graduate living in Boston, on a rooftop clearing her thoughts after her father's funeral. There she encounters Ryle, a resident surgeon. The couple has chemistry, but it becomes clear that both of them have different aims when it comes to relationships. Ryle only wants a casual fling, while Lily is looking for a relationship. The two part ways but meet again in 6 months later. When Lily hires Royal's sister, Alisa, to work at a flower shop she has recently opened, Lily and Royal's attraction to each other only increases the more they happen upon each other, until Royal decides to explore a relationship with Lily. Despite his earlier reluctance, her father, who was abusive towards her mother, to find it, she rereads old journals that she wrote when she was 15. Those journals narrate her encounter with Atlas Corrigan, a homeless 18-year-old boy. The romance between Lily and Ryle appears perfect. Lily runs into Atlas. She hasn't seen him for 9 years, and although she's happy with that well, that he seems well, she feels hurt at the distance between them. In the end, she tells herself that this is the closure she had so especially now that she's with Ryle. However, Lily and Ryle's happiness comes to an end when during an evening she and Ryle are to spend together. Ryle lashes out in rage, hurting Lily. Afterwards, Ryle is apologetic and Lily allows him to comfort her, feeling confused and hurt about the incident. For months, Atlas lived in an abandoned house with Lily providing him food, clothing, and used for her home shower and her bedroom floor to sleep on during the winter. Cast out from his home and without a family, Atlas intended to finish high school on his own and join the military. As Lily provides him help and companionship, their relationship changes from friendship to romance. Atlas is eventually able to contact an uncle and leaves for Boston to live with him, leaving Lily heartbroken but happy that he has found a place to stay. This seems to be case as Lily meets Ryle's parents and she and Ryle decides to get married. One night, Ryle finds Atlas's number in Lily's phone. Jealous and upset, Ryle leaves when Lily goes after him to try to explain. Ryle pushes her down the stairs. In the aftermath, Ryle at first refuses responsibility sorry. Ryle leaves when Lily goes after him to try to explain. Ryle pushes her down the stairs. In the aftermath, Ryle at first refuses responsibility for his actions, simply asks Lily to tell him that she isn't being unfaithful. Ryle tells Lily the story of how his brother died when he is 6 years old. Ryle accidentally shot him. Since then, Ryle confesses that he has suffered from rages. Atlas admits to Lily that he did look for her after he finished his first tour, but found her happy and didn't think that his life was good enough for her then. He takes her back to her apartment and confesses he has feelings for her. After Lily gives birth to a girl, she realizes that she doesn't want her baby to grow up witnessing abuse. She decides that she will divorce Ryle to break the pattern of domestic violence. 11 months later, she ran into Atlas and indicates that she's ready to have a relationship with him. What are the presented symptoms in the character I picked? He showed symptoms of PTSD because he had flashbacks and nightmares and unwelcome thoughts about the trauma that happened to him when he killed his brother by accident. And he also shows some symptoms of paranoid personality disorder. How is the character handled in the source material? At first, Lily loved him, but after what he did to her, the abuse that she went through by him, she left him. And when he came back and wanted her to forgive him and to get back together, she refused and ended up having a baby with her, but they weren't together anymore. What was the resolution of the character? Lily decides to divorce Ryle since doesn't want her daughter to go through the same thing she did as a child, and as years went by, he went to therapy to be a better person for his daughter. State which school of psychology you chose to analyze the character. The psychoanalytic, because his trauma explains the symptoms and his behavior. Thank you for your time.